One of them is effective communication. That's one. Number two is good lovemaking. Number three is money. All right. So that is what gives us the impetus to talk about money on this show about this time. By the way, we're on YouTube Live, so you can check us out on YouTube. Yeah. And we're doing this so that for those who can't join in at this time can always, go back to YouTube and get the things that we have talked about. So today is developing that investment mindset. Developing investment mindset is very, very key. If things are going to happen well for you in your finances, you need to have that mindset and that eye that looks out for investments. Okay? Now, no one will plan your future for you if you don't plan it yourself. No one will plan it for you. If you don't plan it yourself, you are on your own. And really, if you look at your life, that's why you are where you are presently. Okay, so you need to be deliberate, be intentional about your future and begin to plan and have that investment mindset. All right. The lack of investment mindset has kept many people in the place of poverty, and of course, lack and hardship. Oh, yeah. Anyone who desires to become rich and wealthy must make a conscious effort to develop that mindset, that orientation required to make it happen. Now, there are some mindset that have become, prevalent in the lives of many, and these mindsets have hindered the right thinking they ought to have, the right mentality, the right orientation, the right mindset from being in place. Now, in order to develop that investment mindset, we must eradicate toxic mentality that exists as a hindrance to it. Now, over time, because of upbringing, because of relating with some kind of people, toxic people, as they say, if people in pain spread pain. So if you are with some set of people who are just angry at the fact that they are broke, they actually want you to join them to remain broke or become broke. Okay? So by relating with them, anytime you share any ideas with them, they just tend to shy away, discourage you, tell you no, it can't work. They always see how your ideas cannot work. So these must have impacted into you some level of toxicity that you need to get out of your system before you can now begin to embrace that mindset of investment. Now, there are 5 toxic mindsets that you need to get rid of. 5 of them. I don't know if I'm able to, take all, but it's a series that will continue on. So you better keep it locked on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. Now, the first toxic mentality is the nomadic mentality. Nomadic mentality. Now, it must be eradicated. This nomadic mindset is the brain behind the vagabond way of life some people live and exhibit. Now, just like nomads without a fixed location, people with nomadic mentality go from job to job. Oh, this is the new place that is, paying more now. They hop and they are there. It's because of that nomadic mentality. They go from place to place, business to business. Nah, man, it's this business that is moving now. I want to do the business that is moving the market. It is that nomadic mentality. Okay, business to business without focus and consistency. So these makes it pretty difficult. They lack staying power to concentrate on one thing until it produces results. Nomads are wanderers without any plan to own anything. All they do is to wipe out the resources they see in place and move on to the next place. Now, there are 2 major characteristics of nomads and people who have this nomadic mindset. They have no fixed address. They have no fixed place. They wander from place to place. And secondly, they consume. Consuming and not producing, they consume all they see wherever they go and don't plant or produce. So, to develop an investment mindset and create wealth, you must eradicate nomadic mentality and not become a jack of all trades and master of none. You can be a jack of all trades and master of some. That's the difference. Don't be a jack of all trade and master of none. Number two is consumer mentality. Now, this second toxic mentality you must eradicate. Why? Because it's a consumer mentality. To always consume without producing is a great error, because many people spend all their lives consuming everything they get without any provision for savings and investments. To consume all that one has without savings or investment or investing is unwise and attracts poverty and lack. Yeah. Now, instead of living a prodigal lifestyle of, unrestrained spending, everyone needs to save at least 10 to 20% of all their income. 10 to 20% of your income. Now, developing a savings and investment culture is vital for anyone who wants to create wealth. Don't consume all that you make so that you can secure your future and avert financial shame. Now, I believe you must have heard the phrase third world nation, right? Now, why are some nations called third world nations? It is so because definitely the creator did not create third worlds. He didn't create three worlds. No. So are there fourth world nations? The term third world nation is used mainly to describe consumer nations that are not as developed as they should be. Now, the bottom of the economic ladder, because their money exits their system to pay for their importations from producer nations. It is time to let go of the consumer mentality. It is time to let go of that consumer mindset. Now, number three is victim or entitlement mentality. Victim or entitlement mindset. Now, the third toxic mentality that needs to be eradicated is the victim and entitlement mentality. That mindset of always feeling victimized, marginalized, and always feeling that someone owes you something. He must go. You see a guy doing well, and then you feel that, no, because he's doing well and you are not doing well, he owes you money. He must give you money. He must give you something. Is a mentality and mindset that would not help you to create wealth. So you need to let it go. You need to let it go. No one can make you fail without your permission. So whatever you allow or permit is what you get. So giving excuses and shifting blames and playing the blame game are trademarks of this mindset. And you hear stuff like, it's because I'm black. It's because I'm a woman. It's because I'm a minority. That's why. Or you hear stuff like, it's because of my enemies from the village. All those witches and wizards. It's them. Okay? And then you hear stuff like, it's because I'm not educated. If I was educated. Oh, you hear stuff like, it's because I'm from a poor family, poor background. Entitlement mentality. You need to let it go. Amazingly, for every excuse you give, there are 1,001 people with worse circumstances that have made it. A victim mentality keeps you in the same spot until you eradicate it. Oh yeah, it keeps you on the same spot. Number 4 is the civil service or salary mentality. Now this is going to be touching on some people seriously. This fourth toxic mindset that must go is the civil service salary or wage mentality. Many stay in the poverty zone because they live all their lives expecting their boss, their employer, the government, or their salary to make them rich. Make them rich and wealthy. So wake up. Wake up. Your boss is not your source, but just a resource. Your job is not your source, it's just a resource. Your employer is not your source, it's just a resource. Your salary is not your source, but just a resource. The government is not your source, but just a resource. So it is not your employer's responsibility to make you rich. The responsibility is yours. It is not even the government's responsibility to make you rich. The government is to create an enabling environment for you, while your employer is to pay you a salary, which now becomes your seed for investment and wealth creation. It is not how much you earn, that matters, but what you do with what you make or earn. If you do the right thing with it, you can change your story. Doesn't matter how bad it is. You must move from the salary mentality, salary mindset to income mindset, because when you allow this shift in your mindset, you suddenly grasp the difference between being a salary earner and being an income earner. Now, let me quickly, and I think I should be holding it off right here. Let me quickly share with you salary. What salary truly really is. Salary, it is fixed. It is determined by someone else other than you. It does not increase except someone else decides. It will only come when you labor for it. No work, no pay. You've heard that, right? It is never a true reflection of your worth, value, or result, but a limitation on your true potential. It stops when you stop working. It can be delayed, withheld, deducted, or even stopped by someone else. The list is endless. However, income is the direct opposite. So, which do you prefer? Answer the question. Which do you prefer? Salary or income? We'll take this break. We'll be right back. Don't stray. It's still Love and Life on Nigeria Info.